What's going on, guys? Matty here, Twigg, and welcome to another episode of the Youth Squad Challenge. This is episode 1. If you missed the last episode, definitely check it out. Tells you everything about the series, everything you need to know. And this is the best possible squad that I've found, which will consist of my left wing Kishner, Mbolo and Sterling up front. Centre mid will be Tilleman, Guerrero and Desart. Defence will be Grimaldo, Emmerich, Han, Rekic, Chambers, and I'll goalkeeper Scuffer. This is the alternative team that I've kind of built or have on the bench just in case. Anderson's actually injured for some reason. He's managed to get himself injured quite quickly in pre-season, so that is a bit disappointing, but just gonna have to be something that we get over with. So the first game, there's only 3 games in this episode. The first game is against Notts Forest, and yeah, that is why the video was so short, because there's only 3 games this episode, I think. Might be 4, can't remember. But straight off the bat, 2 minutes in, Gruezo, or whatever his name is, gets a yellow card, and it's like, oh, cool. So Fox gets a yellow card on the 34th, and we are really looking for the win this game. Fox gets the red card, and we are now playing with 1 man up, so we should be able to, but Reed pops one in the 68th minute, giving Notts Forest the lead. Sorry, forgot where I was going, but yeah, that's how the game ended. 90 minutes in 68th minute, Reed scored. But so we do decide to play the next game. The next game is going to be the hardest game of the episode. A team that we're all expecting to be going up this season is Cardiff City. I did play the exact same squad as what I did last time, mainly because I just thought the computer's usually not that great, so maybe I can put a better performance in. You never know. But we play a very, actually, it's a quite a strange way. I'm not a huge fan of the midfield at the moment. I really like Guerrero, and Desart just seems to be in the way a lot, so I might have to be changing up. I do actually change it up at the end of this game. I do change up the midfield. But for this game, as you can see, they bring out a pretty decent team with Kenwyn Jones, Noon, I think it is. But Mbolo runs straight down in the 5th minute, straight down to the goalkeeper, just blasting past him. This is on world class, by the way. I'm not doing the whole legendary because I would just get destroyed every single game, and it's not a challenge. It's literally just a decimation, really. But Mbolo in the 17th minute, nice, lovely little step where we're trying to get past, and that should have been a foul in my opinion. Like, I got dragged down. That is not something that you would usually get away with in this sport. But they do go on the attack with Noon. Noon's running down. He passes it through to Kenwyn Jones. Kenwyn Jones is still pretty good on this game, but unfortunately not good. Well, fortunately for us, not good enough to score. But on the counter attack, Mbolo does what he does best, which is sprint around players. A lovely little Ronaldo step over, sorry, and slots it in the bottom corner for the first goal of the series. Our first goal ever, really, and that takes us 1-0 up against the team that we are probably going to be contending against for the title in this league, because my aim is to gain automatic promotion, finishing the top 2, I think it is, for automatic promotion. Yeah, so kind of these could be our biggest rivals, but they do have just a mass amount of corners, and we just defend against all of them. We just think the corner's not going to go past Scufford. He's way too good for that. So we do manage to hold off. They cross it in, we punch it out. Peltier, I think his name is. Lovely little ball roll and straight to Kenwyn Jones, and Kenwyn Jones just happens to miss, and that is what we wanted. We wanted them just to fuck it up. And the half time we are 1-0 up against a team that we are pretty unsure about at the moment. We really not sure if he's any good, but we do get a corner in the 57th minute. That was quite a big jump, I know, and Desart now goes for the double shot, and that is pretty close on goal. He could have went up in my estimations just by scoring that. And yeah, they do make a substitution. I don't know who it was, but Kishner just misses the ball and they just clear it. This is another one where unfortunately we could have scored, and that was it for this game. Like, one chance in the second half, the rest of it was a defensive battle. 90 minutes in, and literally only 1 goal and no shots. like it was just a defensive battle after half time. I actually moved it to defence just to ensure that I got the win. But as you can see, we do change up the midfield now. Tillman becomes a CM. Anderson came back from injury, so he's going to be playing as the CAM, and I put Halalevic as the other centre mid. And our last game, this is 3 tough games. The last game's against Derby, sorry, and wow, Ince, Benz, Warnock, KO. This is going to be a tough team to beat, like a really tough team to beat. But I think this team can do it. We can put in performance. Telemann does get a yellow card in the 18th minute, and then they just bring on a load of players. Oh no, they bring on 1, we bring on 2. Well, we have all 3 substitutions. Wow, I didn't even realise that. But 90 minutes, and we have managed to pull out a draw. So 4 points out of a possible 9. And yeah, so we are coming to the end of this video. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button. If you're looking forward to the next episode, which will be out tomorrow, or could be today, please let me know. And yeah, I'm looking forward to talking to you again. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends. Bye bye.